Hi, RPS family. Welcome back to Science at Home for kindergarten, first and second grade, day 2 of week 7. So, on day 1, we talked about natural resources and how the earth is just full of resources and wealthy things to help us in our daily life, from crops to the weather, different types of sun, wind, water, how animals help, things like that. So we're going to continue kind of going that way by reviewing about natural resources, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about how we can help the world and our natural resources. So we're going to start off by going to our lesson plan so we can start off with our little review. So it says day 2, explain resources review. So this one's a little fun one. It's a nice little song for us to kind of listen to and learn a little bit from.
Natural resources are things we use from nature, and we use these resources in everything we do. From the water that we drink to fossil fuels, we use natural resources every day. And we use them all in different kind of ways. We use trees to make paper and build houses. Rubber comes from trees to make tires and erasers. We use natural resources every day. And we use them all in different kind of ways.
Kind of fun, right? So if you'd like to rewatch that, go ahead and just rewind this just a little bit so you can listen and sing along with them. But it just kind of went over what I just said about all the different ways that we use resources from the earth. So as of day 1, if you decided to do the optional activity, it was the easy quiz, or actually I think that one was the hard quiz, but I said easy quiz. Whichever quiz you want to take, it's okay. But
Easy quiz.
whichever quiz you did not take,
Easy
so
quiz.
if you took the easy quiz, then you can go ahead and take the hard quiz, which is down here with these 3 stars. And if you did not do the optional activity of the easy quiz, go ahead and do the easy quiz. This link goes directly to it with the 5 questions just to help you with a little review, okay? So after you finish that, we are going to watch We All Created. I wonder what that it is. So we are going to watch this little video about what it really is. So that's a pretty interesting video, right? We all create what we saw. Do you guys see what we saw? Do you guys know what it is that we saw? Think about it for just a minute. What is it? what did we just see? Trash, right? Tons and tons of trash. And guess what? Everybody in the world creates trash. But can we make that trash not so much? Not as big of a pile of trash that we saw in this video? Can we help to make trash a little bit smaller? What can we do to help make trash smaller? That's a weird concept, right? A weird idea, but it is possible. So this is how to stop what we create, our trash, how to bring that down, the amount of trash that we create, okay? So we're gonna click on that and watch this video here. We're gonna make sure that we sign in once again or log in. Our username is Richmond, RICHMONDK in the number 2. And then our password is the number 4, ME, the number 2, USE. Logging in. Hello. Okay, so now we are going to watch this little video that will tell us how we can help stop so much of the trash that we saw in the video. Reduce, reuse, recycle. 3 R's.
Good job, Moby. We're doing our part to care for the environment. What is waste? Waste is anything you throw out and can't reuse. One person can throw away over 1,000 pounds of trash a year. Together, we make tons of waste. A lot of trash winds up in our landfills. Some waste is biodegradable, which means it breaks down in our environment naturally. A lot of waste is not biodegradable. It can cause a lot of problems and harm the soil, water, and air. But there's a lot we can do to help our environment. How can we reduce waste? When you reduce, you cut down or make something smaller. We can reduce by using less stuff and using only what we need. You can reduce how much water you use by turning the faucet off when you're not using it. A natural resource is something of value we get from the environment. Water, plants, animals, and soil are all natural resources. It's important to conserve or save our natural resources. Since natural resources power many of our homes and cars, we should reduce the amount of energy we use. We can turn off the lights when we don't need them. We can reduce the energy we use to cool our homes, and we can save energy by turning down the heater a little. We can also reduce waste by reusing items. How do we reuse? When you reuse something, you use it again and again. Items that you only use once are disposable and cause a lot of waste. It's much better to use items that you can use over and over again. Plastic bags can take hundreds of years to break down. We can use reusable bags instead. Instead of throwing away broken toys, you can fix them. You can also give away toys, books, furniture, and clothing you don't want anymore. Then they can be reused by other people. How do we recycle? When you recycle, you use materials from old items to make new items. You can recycle things like plastic bottles, cans, glass, paper, and even batteries. Aluminum cans and bottles can be recycled to make new cans and bottles. Steel can be recycled and used to make steel for buildings. Parts from old electronic equipment can be used to make new electronic equipment. The plastic from plastic bottles can be turned into rugs, shoes, clothing, and even playground equipment. Recycling saves energy and natural resources. When you recycle paper, you save trees from being cut down. It's important to care for our environment. We only have one planet, and it's up to all of us to take care of it. I think you can take that uniform off now, Moby.
Now, what was said during the video is so important. We do need to care for our environment, and that means recycling. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Stop using so much of plastic and paper if you can use something that you can reuse over and over, like those reusable bags to take to the grocery store, or instead of using a plastic water bottle, using a actual bottle that you can wash and reuse at home, or lunch boxes. Or when you are upcycling or things like selling your items in order to not have to throw them in the trash. So it saves on more things ending up in those big, what they call landfills. Why have those on earth when you can just share or save things, okay? And so that all has to do with recycling, making sure that our earth stays clean and our environment stays clean. And that makes us even healthier as well. So after we've watched that video there, you can take the little quiz if you decide. But now we are going to go in and we're going to go to our science observation notebook from day 1. So if we scroll back up to the top, we have our week 7 workbook. If you already printed it out or already have it saved on your computer, then pull that one right back up. And we're going to go down to where it says day 2. And on day 2, it says glass, paper, plastic. What I want you to do is think of some of the things that we saw in the video, or just things that you see hanging out in your house that you can recycle. What types of glass can you recycle, or what types of bottles that are glass? And you can write the names of those things down. What types of paper you can recycle, and then what type of plastic things that you can recycle. I'm thinking certain toys are plastic and you can recycle them, or of course, water bottles. For paper, definitely a newspaper or some old work from when you were younger. You can definitely recycle those papers. And then you have glass, things like actual glass that's coming from your cabinets, or things like little soda bottles, things like that, that are glass that you can actually recycle. And if those don't make it into the actual trash can, that is less waste in a big trash can somewhere on our planet. So that's something we definitely don't want to have to keep worrying about, right? We want to do what's good for our planet and keep it clean. So after you finish that, I have a fun little activity for you if you can. I love this activity. Okay, so this is optional, so you don't have to do it, but I think it'd be fun if you can get your family together and you guys can all do it. So we're gonna watch how to make a recycled jump rope, or a upcycled jump rope. Upcycle just means you're creating something new out of recyclable items, okay? So we are going to go to that right here, and we're going to watch how to make a jump rope. And all you need is scissors, some thick tape like duct tape, masking tape would do, or even painter's tape. And you need plastic bags, like the plastic shopping bags. Instead of throwing them in the trash can, we can reuse them to make this jump rope. And you need a lot of them, maybe anywhere from 15 to 20 bags or more if you need a longer jump rope, okay? So here we go. So it says you need the plastic bags, scissors, and tape. Cut the handles off of the bag and cut the seam off the bottom of the bag. And as you can see, she's doing it in the video. Once you finish cutting all the bags, you open them up to create a loop so that it's just open space. And now you're gonna do what's called an Olympic ring. So you're gonna overlap them in order to attach the bags together. You may need a little extra help on this from your parent or an older sibling, but take your time and practice. You can definitely get there. Once you get all your bags together, you've got 3 different strands. And with those strands, you're gonna create a braid. So the first thing you have to do is tie with tape those 3 strands of bags that you loop together into one piece. And that's one end, one handle of your jump rope. Now you're gonna start tightly braiding, making sure that you get all the air out of the bags. Take your time. Once again, if you need help, please ask for a little assistance from mom, dad, sister, brother, whoever knows how to braid. And you keep going, and you can add as many bags as you need to and keep braiding as you go until you are done. And once you're done, you wrap the tape around the other end of the bag, and now you have a jump rope. Pretty cool, huh? So I would love to see you guys try this jump rope. It would be something that was so much fun, okay? So once again, take your time, try it out. I think it would definitely be worth the time. And then you have another play toy when you go outside for a little recess time, okay? So after you've done that, we have day 3, okay? So I'm going to quickly talk about that. You have a video to watch, and it's how to recycle, so more about recycling that we learned about today, how we are sorting our items between glass, plastic, paper. Some do go as far as metal, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Once you finish watching the video, you're going to take the quiz, Earth Resources, and the 3 R's. Remember the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, recycle. When you are going in to do the quiz, make sure you put your name. It doesn't have to be both first and last name. It can just be last name, just be first name, however you decide. And if you need it to read aloud to you so that you can hear what the question is asking and what the answer choices are, make sure you go down to this one here that says read aloud and select it to turn it green, making sure that you can hear what is being said so that you can answer the question properly. So have fun with that. That's really fun because it tests to see if we know what we're talking about with our natural resources and with our recycling. So thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate you taking the time to learn a little bit more about science. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.